Hi friends, welcome to Code with Sugi YouTube channel. Today in this video, we're going to discuss about what is meant by object. So before we get into this video, if you are new to our channel and if you are not aware of what we have discussed till date, so you don't need to worry. We always used to add all the links in the description. So you can go ahead and have a look on the previous videos. Now let's get into the video. So what is object? Okay. So we all know Java is an object-oriented programming language. Okay, fine. So now we have to understand what is object, right? In the previous video, we have discussed about class, right? So the class will have two entities. One will be property, another one will be behavior of that property. Okay. So we can say the property means variables, behavior means methods, right? So this was we have discussed in the previous video. Fine. So there should be an option to access all this, right? That's where this object is coming to the place. So we can say object is an instance to a class. Okay. It will give the access to the programmer to access the variables and methods. I think now it's little bit clear to you guys. So if not, no issues, I will explain you clearly. So say for example, now we have a class like public class sample. Okay, so we all know this how we will create a class in Java. Okay, and the scope of the class will be defined using this curly braces, right? So now the scope of the class is starting from here and it's ending it here. Okay, so for time being, still we haven't explored on the data types. Okay, but how we will create variables in Java is we have to specify the access modifier. I will take private here because I'm going to work in this class only. So private access modifier, then what is the type of the data we have to give? It's an integer. I'm going to say num. Fine. So this how we will create variables in Java. Okay, the same way I'm going to have another one variable integer num1. Okay, then now I'm going to create a method. So say for example, the method signature will go like this: public void, okay, sum. So just I'm going to say num plus num1. Okay, fine. Before continuing this, right, I will say like one statement. Okay, in Java you cannot execute a program without a main method. Okay, because this main method is the initiation point for JVM. Okay, so if you don't have a main method in your class, okay, then you cannot execute it. Okay, I will show you in Eclipse. Just keep this in mind. Okay, so that's the reason I'm going to create main method that will go like this: public static void main, then it will take string array as argument. Okay, so I have to erase this. Okay, fine. I'm going to continue this here. Okay, so that I will make the curly braces at the end. Okay, so now I have to access this variables or this method into the main method, right? So we have started the main method here. I will continue it here. Inside the main method, if you want to access this class members or a method, members means variable, variables or a method, then you have to create an object. So how to create object? We have to create an object like this. First, class name. Here class is sample class name. Then object name. Okay, whatever name you want you can give it. I am going to say like object equal to new, again the class name, like this. Okay, so if you are very new to Java, okay, then you may get confused with this sort of line, right? What it means, this is constructor. Okay, normally constructors will have the name as class name, okay, and we will define the constructor like methods, okay, but it will not have a return type. All those things we will discuss in the constructor topic, but for now try to understand like we have to say class name and then open close bracket to specify the constructor of the class. Okay, by default if you don't have any constructor in your class, by default Java will create one for you. All those things I will show in the constructor topic, but as of now try to understand in this way. Okay, fine. So after this line we have an object for the sample class. If you put object dot, okay, then you will get the variables and methods here. Okay, here I'm going to call the method sum. Okay, so we have to close the main method and then we have to close the class. So this how we will write one simple class, okay, in Java, and this how we will create object. Okay, this object we used to say instance of that class, okay, because this object will have full control on this class variables and methods. Okay, that is the use of this object. So we can understand like this. Okay, we have a class in Java to specify the real world entities. Okay, say for example it's a blueprint of the real world objects. Okay, so we can say class is a blueprint, then object is the one, okay, which we will create for that blueprint to access the values whatever we have in that. In that way you can just keep it in mind. Now I will go to Eclipse and I will show you how to create a class. I will create the sample like this and then I will try to explain you in a clear way. We all know how to create a project in Eclipse. If you are not, then no problem, I will show you here. So just initially right click here and you will get an option Java project. Just click on Java project, then you have to specify the project name. I'm going to say project 2. Okay, then you don't need to specify anything because we have discussed all those things in the previous video. Go ahead and have a look on those things. Fine, as of now I'm going to say finish. That's all. The project 2 is created and we have a folder called src. Okay, here we have to create a package. To create a package, right click and go to package, then you have to specify the name for that project. Okay, so now I'm going to say com.learning.java. okay, whatever name you want you can specify it. Normally this will be the domain name, they will use it. Okay, this topic which we have already explained in the package video, so just have a look on that. Fine, now I will say finish. Fine. To create a class, right click on this package and then go to new, then you will get option class. Just click on it. You have to specify class name. So I'm going to take sample as the class name. Okay, I'm going to say finish. Anyway we need public static void main method to execute the program, right? So I'm just selecting it here itself. I will say finish. Now see, so Eclipse is created main method for me also. I'm going to say variable. Okay, I will say private integer num1. Okay, I will say 10. Then private integer num2 equal to 20. Okay, fine. I'm going to create a method called public, or we can say private also. Private, because I'm going to use all those things in this class only, that's why I'm making everything as private. Private void sum. Okay, fine. Just to get the sys out, type syso. Okay, then press control space, you will get the system.out.println. So this is the statement which used to print the values, or whatever you want to print, you can print it here. Okay, so for example, whatever you are specifying in a double quotes here, so for example, if you say hello world, then just it will print the value whatever you have inside the double quotes. Okay, fine. So I'm going to say hello world, then I need to print the sum of the two numbers, right? So the plus will be the string concatenation. So we will discuss all those things in the operator, but as of now, to concat anything or to add any values to this string hello world, you have to specify plus, then you have to say num1 plus num2. Okay, just put it in a bracket. Okay, so then you will not get confused with anything. Okay, so this plus is for to concat the value whatever you are getting out of this sum. Okay, just I'm giving on space here. Okay, I will say like this. Fine. So whatever you are putting inside of this double quotes, just it will print it for you. It will not do anything. Okay, fine. This line, line, what it will do, it will take the value of num1 from here, and it will take the value of num2 from here, and then it will add, because we are saying plus. Okay, this plus will work like a addition. Okay, fine. So all those things we will see in the operator section, but as of now, try to understand in this way. If I say control space inside of the main method, see, I'm not getting any of the variables whatever I have defined over there, any of the methods whichever I have defined over there. So to get the access of the class property and the behavior, we have to create a object. In different way, if we want to say, if you want to get the access of that variables whatever you have in that class, or access of that methods whatever you have in that class, you have to create an object for that class. Okay, from that only you can get the control of that whole class. Okay, fine. So how to create a class? First we need to say the class name. Okay, then we have to say object name. Okay, then here we going to instantiate the object. Okay, this step we used to say instantiating the object. That means we are creating a memory for this object. Okay, so new, then we have to say the class name and then open close bracket. Okay, fine. So this class name open close bracket we used to say constructor. Okay, fine. So till now we haven't talked anything about constructor, but for understanding purpose we will create a constructor with the class name. Okay, and it's a special type of method. Okay, it's a kind of a method only, but we will create a constructor with the class name. Okay, so that's why I have specified sample. Okay, just keep that alone into mind. Fine. Now we have object. Okay, now I have typed the object and I'm going to say dot. See, whatever you have in that class, now see num1 num2 and then sum, all those things are coming. Okay, fine. But you may get a doubt like how this clone equals get class, all those things are coming. Okay, because I showed you, right? So if you try to create a new class here, okay, see, the super class is specified as object. Okay, So we already discussed in the previous videos, but I will tell you, whenever you are trying to create any class in Java, by default that class will get inherited with object class. Okay, that you have to understand. So if you are trying to create any class in Java, that class by default will get inherited with the object class. Okay, fine. That's the reason you are getting all the methods which I shown here. Okay, so to prove that, if you want to see those things, whether really it's coming from an object class or not, just I'm going to say object, because that class name is object, right? Object, just obj. Okay, then I will delete this. Okay, just save it. I'm going to mouse over and then I will press control. You are getting open declaration, right? Just click on it. See, this is the object and it's a class. Okay, we want to see the methods, right? Control O. See, it has get class, hash code, equals, clone, toString, notify all, wait, whatever we saw over there, all those things are coming from this class only. Okay, now just click on this. See, this class is defined it here. Okay, so this how we are getting all the object class items into the sample class. Okay, fine, now that is clear, right? So just go to object and then I'm going to say sum. Just do control S, it will get saved. Okay, now if I try to run this program, okay, see, we are getting hello world 30. I hope now you can able to understand what is object, what is the use of object, everything, right? Okay, fine. So in that video we have discussed, if we don't have a main method, okay, then we will not able to run the Java class. That's what we have discussed, right? Let's we check that also here. So just right click and go to run as. See, there is no option to run the Java class. We are not getting Java application option here. Okay, the same way if I do Control Z, then actually initially I have commented that, so now I have uncommented it. Just go ahead and do run as. See, now we are getting Java application. Now we are able to run the class. Okay, so that is also proved, right? Fine. So now I think we have discussed clearly about what is object. Okay, how to create object in Java. So that's all in this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe our channel for more videos. If you like these videos, please share with your friends. Thanks for watching. Keep supporting us.